Honorable Abekansa e wo studio wo question bi busa no wa adwenkyerɛ bi wo ye nkomo a ye bedi ho a ye WhatsApp number no ye 020548 443 523 0548 443 523 into ubetimi edesa messages ni nyina abrɛ ne agemre akan amamo very important in the moment yenyina yen hye so but mamemfa we intwem by way of information sir Big Chef Junior season 4 Big Chef Junior season 4 yeah they bring to say we are bofra na wutie ya if you are the biggest chef at home, what's the most amazing meal you have ever cooked in your life? And if you are between the ages of 7 and 13, we're a Big Chef Junior into wedding fianson Ekosiisen dumiensa metre 13 years. And if you believe you have all it takes to be the next big chef, then it's time for you to grab this amazing opportunity. It's the Joy Prime Big Chef Junior Season 4. To be part of this season's competition, send a 2-minute video of yourself cooking your favorite meal. Save and send to our WhatsApp number 0551 575 757. It is 0551 575757 Nabibia Enkoye. And tell us a little about yourself as well in that same video. Persons with qualified entries will be contacted. Remember, you should be between the ages of 7 and 13. Best of luck to all of you. Big Chef, good meals by kids. In the way your opportunity will banner let's showcase his or her talents to the rest of the world. Na bibi antimi enkoyema. Mema Honorable Akwaba ni mfan common so Honorable Akwaba boko there.
Obi me hu wache. Easy. One na ya metie. Metie one any your authoritative presentations. Me da se pa me da se. Mo official pa.
Afipapa nko say ho.
Official pa ma wotitiru any Dominic and the entire production team.
Sure.
You've held your fort strongly. Mabo Juma, I think Omen you credible media outlet and that's a media platform. Anybody, it's a privilege to appear on this platform. It's really and for and on behalf of the minority caucus, entire caucus, having extended a hand of invitation. Some of my say I'm better heavy na intimiding komo. Na min shamo. Inya de sanke pe. Baby
I mean so but you seem to have a thing for tunic shirts. Open tunic shirt shepherd shirt a corner say in particular.
Obi asebo akofa be maybe you've offered me opportunity to church no mu kaka. Me so no that tie boy me den.
Oh, okay.
And then obi bota na eye me set as all the homatch chen with the greatest respect to our gentlemen more a fan of flying tie. I say I come here.
Oh, okay.
No say me dress is saying now it makes me feel more of myself. Now I'm saying I don't go cry. I had a reason to take on me on the floor. Be a strong fan of Sir Atadi, and this is not with any disrespect to anybody.
For lawyers, no tunic shirt, well, now the babe in the boss.
Okay.
In tunic shirt, a lawyer be or tunic shirt.
I see.
Wow. Anyways, in the I mean, a lot. SC from elections 2024 on the 7th day of December 2024, abatoning Kanyemu recollection the course so up until Moko Parliament swearing in and in summer SC appointment committee. And there was some baby na eka in Sawama Dwejiri Edikai on election day. Even before election day, did you ever think say we elections they be tight say?
Well, Obi edi kind on BGD say Obi odina ni edi mechie na enozo yes asema me candidate to me ho. I think the last about 3 years some for me mo mi na ajo
Yes.
So,
I think I joke because at 4:30
almost. Menchia me titru my dear breast sellers and name union munina wo consistency on titru consistency chairman in pennyphone. Obi, that's for me how many in cancer. For the last 3 years, no na ya brie moja ni pa ye juma. No kwasem no say one day to me chairman sir the National Council of a Party yeah me majority whip. Asemba akwa me kan and no makuma mu say rade boa me. Na the many years and yema bebre enti me nya ni titru ya kwan.
Yes.
Feeding into infrastructure. School dining, acquiring, can't come. When you're in woman, I mean to me, and sacrament. Now, Obi, I dear me, yeah, and he said, me using my office in the Kaka. So we are minister, the ODB, but Mr. Master said, Ja, me quine in Bomodia, Yama, school dining, Yamin Chade, mean your advantage, Kaka, and you might be brave, you might be a quine, Obi, a bit is in Swam fee commercial bank, copper, quine. In Suomu library, new library, I may see airco, I be town. Dobro, airco, padebu, in Dobro, and non blue skies, wa could do Chinto, in Sao Mochi Road, Tioku, Sao Quan wing, the quine be or cry, A1 quine, will be quine be you have since independence. Is a A1 quota and a quite beauty is a mortuary road, you say me and the paving. In fact, arguably the longest road, about 1 kilometer, is paved with paving blocks.
Oh, okay.
Now we didn't see it coming like that because now in microphone because I'm so don't proud there where we near we. Into do baby a car bear 1 month or 1.5 months election. I was focused on Dr. Bawumia. Because baby and I'm Mr. Moseja, we see I'm me 9 back or so. Mumfa me 9 back couldn't become Nanya Nami. So what to Abama me no one to my Dr. Bawumia. I mean I'm querying all these phrases. What to Abama me no one to Abama Dr. Bawumia. Wahame. But be made Jumana Yading. And she I expect to say margin be close. Very close. Now yet now seeing Muno any who said the bigger picture we show the entire country baby to say Yendi our traditional seat once upon a time we lost it once Ira Malik more time independent Koya Lucy Yendi has remained a traditional seat. It means we win over 20,000 the last election. In fact the northern region he had the highest vote margin. She baby to say Tema Central.
Yeah.
Comfortably, it means we need this time we won just about 55 votes. So baby to say Ninia Penny Aslaway. Back to your question. We were focused on the presidency because Parliamentary was a done deal.
And more internal research in an
yes,
you are winning comfortably.
Yes, internal research and then external research I was winning with a minimum of 60%. Winning with the minimum of 60%. But you see, about your analysis of the figure, casual analysis, even though they say your party, National Council, Atiba Sunku, I'm the absolute report the banner. In some of you who said your strongholds turnout was very low.
Even in Sawin.
Yes, in the Salmon registered entire constituency. There were 97,000 registered voters.
Okay.
We had a turnout of just about 50,000 plus. And a fact of the matter is that among we NDC for they turn out in their numbers to vote. Into share electoral areas, if you serialize them, all the electoral areas now baby uncle year. Turnout here very low. Stronghold. Over 20,000, over 25,000 plus. But
the turnout of 50,000 from registered voters, I will share trend turnout over the years. 50,000 is
because they say 97,000. Now share trend the entire eastern region we recorded just about I think 42%. Was the turnout was extremely low. And known the course because Osha baby to say and 180 baby to say Dobro.
Yes.
Dobro who runs from Achimota Airquad. Dobro Honomono. Now it has remained as a stronghold of the NDC. It will share results this time. Some of the places that beat them. If we had even been able to garner our traditional vote in our traditional areas, we would have won so easily. The gap would have been, I would have won comfortably. But you see, I feel any munsem. Na impenisu say ye di jawa near the aswa meboa. Ye nyesu ehunu bebre. Internal issues near wo, external issues near wo. Na nkrofo binom so were a bit dissolution. Na ebufuo ho abano yesi no maybe wo so ye onye external government ebufuo na wo Ghana from it affected all of us. Members of Parliament sit ye winning comfortably na for ye bre. Na more bre. We struggle to win. We struggle most of the places to win. Share Bono area honomo. Seats that since 92, Sunyani East, one munyina ye seat. We lost so miserably. You lose the seat in the bebre. Now, but
I can't also say maybe because I recall weeks before elections, it was all over the place. Even the NDC knows NPP never formed the next comfortable majority in Parliament.
You see,
now you're based on the
research. That was called national security year research. We also engage private individuals. Some year research. My yanka say year research. At a point in time, maybe I know NDC for no, we're focusing on Mahama because they realized that now we were winning the seat in the parliamentary. They realized until the focus all was on John Mahama. Making sure that even if they take the parliamentary, we should be able to take the presidency. I did see it, we can't understand. Up to now, as a party, up to now, with my period of stay in politics, be here student politics, be back consistency, mentias in the will find the reasoning behind your my course.
Rules committee now.
Yes, and we cannot also begrudge Ghana for. You see, so we inherited properties it comes with the liabilities. Yes. At a point in time, once upon a time, 1 million vote difference. So it at a point Ghana for na cassette. Okay, see no so no munko fie na munko ye mo ade yi. We don't need to take it a pinch of salt. Say nya ho brase. Whatever the decision is, say TSS a Ghana for na kasa. It is a Ghana for kasa. Omo kasa ya na ye de no say agitumu. It is a kasa ni bia ba na enko ye na nya ye da. Say nya ho brase. Me de me gidi ye se enema bi susu yanka say ye fie nkomo bi yentimi ending ye.
I know my next question say you were one of the few MPs very early in the year Oba out forcefully to push the Bawumia agenda. There are those who believe he was probably not a better choice for you in this election.
Well, you see, I don't me nipa bako, and I want to humbly say that me nipa bako. Media me GD is free me more for Bremo at a very tender age, even before I turned 18.
Yes.
Now me did me animum penny for and I say my late father a strong UP person. Na adia bako ne higher way party mo. This I can't tag. I can't tag your party I can't for. If you look into our history as a party, the original NPP Nankasano, they are not Akans. The original NPP, which is the Northern People's Party, they are not Akans. Once upon a time, Second Republic, eventually you form a Second Republic, Buzia, the leader, minority leader. No? The NPP, original from the Northern region, any animal smaller parties who came to Parliament. No more dosu, a scene, said you account for no. But they yielded to Buzia to lead, and several platforms are more yielding my media at that time. I stand for correction. But as a party, we all need to reflect. I media, I have nothing, I have no regrets. I'm supporting Papano. I have no regrets. I'm supporting Papano. Don't forget, this is the first time we'll give you a go at the presidency.
Yes.
You can make the argument that he didn't perform as you all expected. But obi anywhere, I think from Jerry Rawlings' time, a buyer. In our party, obi anywhere your first attempt we need that. MPP mu. Obi anywhere. Era kufo. It was the second time. Don't forget, my era Edubahini had come to set the stage. In a second time, ni era kufo. Yeah, papa. He came on third time. Well, this is a subject matter being person be brave.
Yeah, but given another opportunity, no, you would still vouch for Bawumia.
I think so. But you see, I don't know dear. I'm running none of and it means I emphasize that my views are personal views. Personal views, and I want to go for the views, popular views of the party. And and to see as we say, yes, we see and Yamin Chad in the National Council has given me another opportunity. So from majority whip to minority whip. Let's say we a leader, the no maybe or has to be can be brave. So share the code. It must so.
But there is one other thing, and so say this election, a referendum on Annoh-Dompreh Akufo-Addo, and not necessarily Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and that the performance of Annoh-Dompreh Ghana for Bufu do you agree with the truth?
Well, you see, Dr. Bawumia has always taken responsibility, good or bad, of Akufo-Addo's, His Excellency Akufo-Addo's reign. Ojitumu said he's run with the man for 16 years, okay, and he's been vice president for 8 years. Several platforms Dr. Bawumia can say, all you who and who, the buy be no come. And I think that is leadership. Okay, you can extend the argument detail. Nakas, okay, it was a referendum on Papa Akufo-Addo. That is fine. Akufo-Addo was a president. A vice president is not the president. In fact, if you look into the constitution, vice president from before being Kayina Yao, Papa Aka. Baby.
Yes.
Our former president being that intercation. It was that gave birth to the amendment of the constitution. Said the vice president chairing the councils, the police council, so from that time, we whittle away the powers of the vice president. As a vice president, I say you are the beck and call of the president.
And then you only left. Well, he still chairs the police council.
But many of them were whittled away. That argument can be made. And the as a party. And your party said that Tiano. And then you mean I make for Dr. Bawumia. Organically, the thing and one can be done in way. Yes, and one can be done in way. Give yourself a while. GDA said, "Young from Quadrin so be out court 3 times. Be out court once. It's as I'm saying.
From polling stations, and then you move to collation center. At the collation center, they say in Sembebre, out. You say, oh, Annoh-Dompreh Lusu. It was all over the place. Later, you see, we're winning. Now, in Semba says, see, Ethiopia to her, Nioma.
Okay.
What happened?
So, Obi, you see. And maybe we should up our intelligence.
As a party,
As a party. Obi, as may see once as the videos, no baby. Yeah, as may see. As a near contokwa. Then they see. Once a 2 baby, I said the anymore. About 8 p.m. when I started transmitting pink sheet at the coalition center. And this time, ECD can say any coalition center in PWD, which we are used to. Name from Kose Martins. As I know your outskirts, FM. We had our own coalition, internal coalition. Into your coalition, your GG pink sheet na about 11 p.m. I mean, I was monitoring. Because Miankasa as a person, apart from your setup, Miankasa as a person, I make a coalition with me room. Into a Bobe 11, no. And I'm starting your information. Say, young Crawford need the pink sheet if you polling station, whatever collation center. A dome over thousands of hooligans. A be baby now sharing this for t-shirt. Ababejina St. Martin's main entrance hall into bar near bo near ya bo near titi papers anymore. A pin sheet anymore. I'm saying, oh, how? Me charm era rocks and cry, sebi. Ya buna mani moja cry. It's assembly cost no. Na me fre security was said, no, I have to come there. I'm say there be on a boemba. Uba ha be proud. Said ya hati na ma. It's a do baby and I'm say there be. If somebody must die, it has to be me. If for nothing at all, I am the arrow figurehead. Me na say a will be or some coaches are wound. Tonya, I am the police has taken the matter. I've written my statement.
Yeah.
Police investigation. Me obi oni mu bia say me to that. So mo ka say me be to tie me abofra na me pet tie be tie call bird hunting pa. Inti between 11 p.m. ekoko midnight. Na me say no, me call. Satana police as a leader in Parliament, I'm 2 policemen. And then soldier 4 they are sympathetic. No more ban. I'm simple mucho. Mon family kohonomo just for me to witness idea ekoso. Openi me do St. Martin's Gate hono. Ni padom ebikita sekan pa. Ebikita sekan kuri ebikita kontima. Oma na St. Martin's Gate no. Oma 2 gate no dia 2 baby. The car kamba. The police phone see be bo na no be kwame remu. Omo me na fe the crowd was charged. Almost here na ye de me funu na ebeko. And I'm so okay. Somebody be funu na ebeko. Mo de mo fa me funu nko. Nka kranka na police fo edi mi hun ten kakra fo fi kakra na me wura St. Martin's Hall. Openi me wura St. Martin's Hall no. Pink sheet nya titi nyina. Ya titi pink sheet is a form when you now who pink sheet. And you know when this is for because someone and then our candidate and your chairman, they were standing before the crowd and they were chanting a yezu a yeza. Returning officer no wohono. Ye mi ane kwa wako shakona. He saw me, he was teary, was honorable, baby edunio. At that time, my first instinct was esa be pe kwan bi amedi returning officer and be dey e be pie. Because here picking reports of Patrick Bawumia who say a force returning officer man declare my particular candidate. Timi so jani ba ko na me ben na kai me somo. Let's guarantee the safety of this returning officer. Na yentimi mfani pie. Otherwise, ade no bibia be say nkakran ya di returning officer no e pie. As a returning officer ni pie na kame akase me pie. Ave police soldier 4 there were a lot of military men.
At the time now agents no wahin. Me
agents that time kwada me hu obi amafo abu amafo manfo dwane. In fact, me hu obi oye NPP ni.
There was no coalition and
no, that coalition has stopped. So that time and before coalition was stopped, no more out of 200 plus, no more coalition 110 or so.
Okay.
And I started disrupting again. Into me come near me wobia. Me wobia me nimu no as a many beto me nimu aso NPP ni. Me policy pet in the age na me nchen. And a soldier phone. Na me catch soldier phone so mo wa enti ye dia papa ni pie ye no. I can't be say me pie. It's when I stepped out, almost 30 videos in almost 30 shouting romi say be di atem at that time there. Say unkwakura wunya wo say di atem. Say ye nkuni edi atem aso be for this ah. Near 2 boy, it is here 2 boy bombe. Kakran this soldier phone no e pie. Afi na microphone mo ho ni nyina be good entrance was say I'm going to be lynched. I'm ma be kwan ma mi MPA. The soldier phone be the starting man warning shoot. I'm kasem na me tweet mo wampo. Soldier phone be the man warning shoot na kakran. Onyame di me ho afofie e me ye pie. Ene ye 2 ebo kese. Obi. Election it was a war. Yes, almost at the time we bought me canny moon in nana 2 book a baby a few yamin.
Now at the time, now Begonian himself National Election Security Task Force, your madrin said for every coalition center, it will be well protected. Mohona a police for no way. Obi, soldier 4D come by your broma soldier for Nibijani. Really? Come papa that came in the chef. Soldier 4 had to run helter skelter. That was why almost signed the reinforcement feature be a buy. So a do baby and a soldier for the door, but they couldn't act that time and not ye ban or Denny, Dr. Bawumia, I concede. So they were so emboldened, say, in somebody can be so
nipa omo de omo feedback bebre boy say omo fie bebre kwa na vinza omo ti wan sama no guzo ye kakran kan ye pie me do so bi onim say Martins be do adrege be do adrege Cocoa Park no me do adrege ahimfie na me ti first gunshot well me movie kakra until me ti first gunshot na had to speed up me do second point ye Cocoa Park I'm saying another one satana me windscreen be car ya say me car beyond repairs unyame nko it is almost as a baby to anyway my work show me statement na me hwem say on be hwem you see ade course no it was a well rehearsed plan na yenuanom NDC for years they were targeted seat then I realized that my place was targeted say kwan bia so so mu chinchi me sa no mu gi seat in frame say but I stood my grounds me party for say obi you could do after that you could do if anything Koforidia. More na mo say mo win election. Now, just it doesn't make sense. So why would chess we win election? I didn't know to pink sheet anymore. But
before Mobeko Koforidia, no, was there a declaration?
No
coalition center.
There be. No declaration. Me na me tisi a declare baby. Yes. My entire purpose of going to center was to get hold of the returning officer. So there was no declaration. It is someone no more say me lose no. It was strange. Me ya say be pink sheet. I was protecting my pink sheet. To make sure say I have a full complement of my pink sheet. You could do Kofodia almost say yen kind or almost someone pay my yen kind. Afi you see yen provide security call sectec. You do top security by and so but you see I didn't mean tears and say me no NDC for. What's why we need seat? Why we need parliamentary seat? I don't know my yen kind. I feel so pink sheet. I bet you that's what we know. I feel all to take pink sheet anymore. Didn't ya?
You know, multi team ni easy. You know, say
easy. Yes, easy. The young young crowd from the much more boamo. Thankfully, near copies. And all the pink sheet in now no. You randy. Your friend is saying you scan here. So we had a buffer. No moon name. So we had a buffer. Into your chairman or mobile no Jane pink sheet. Now we are scanned it. So we had buffer copy. Buffer and a case. If you were you sign bar Tessano and this is someone penny. Who say when we need for pink sheet browser for pink sheet number. Easy using pink sheet also one penny. You disagree. Why are you disagreeing? Almost someone today. Penny Annoh-Dompreh the man in Parliament. Now you see Onipa when you are in Yankupon in the midst of all the attacks. Omudi matem so ba show let me I was just praying. Omudi babako I mean person di ni be to no or when came you abeko wash no when no se ndi nachi no ka chem za no ye nim se we know it's a slim margin we win but ye mpedi phone say kwan bia so ebe ma won parliament we have to do it when I'm who say my savior is my pink sheet na me chade e wie ko wie wo court. That day, meanwhile, near filing injunction. Let me call court to 2 courts at the same time. If we are someone penny, a sign filing court, Supreme Court. And Yankupon DB and one for fear. All the 7 cases they call ye, TZ mine, and I think I have for no north out, or would declare mommy. Still on someone tears here. Inti,
the EC before the EC made a declaration, no? Pink sheet when I'm rely on.
Well, yeah, near where pink sheet, near what scan copies of our pink sheet.
Okay.
Internet EC will be no more sell on debut. Don't forget that because they collated up to 100 plus. Not from the 100, no more sell on but we also had some NDC for no more will be no someone from back. So we had to compare and look at the serial number. The EC themselves, you know, say omuni pink sheet no be the pink sheet bar. They have a way of authenticating that pink sheet.
Okay.
Until no we use it. And we have challenged the NDC. Some of you say, man, we need election now. They should challenge. That's what the Constitution says. They should go to High Court by a petition. Now you say, may we need another man.
Is there any petition at the court against?
Yeah, it's some more petition, but they've sort of almost survey me almost 2 weeks. You best survey. I think they are just playing to the gallery, and nobody should take them serious.
Eventually, gap no between Mumi and Nebe saying
about 200 plus, 207
207 votes.
Yes, 207.
And that's a drop from 2020.
2020 was 3,000 plus. So it was a massive drop, yes. But you see, Obi,
are you scared of the next election?
No, I'm not.
2028.
Of course, I'm going to run again. Maybe let me declare fully. I'm going to run again. I'm going to run again because not because I'm a greedy, say because I'm a parliament. Obi, I mean, come to me home. For over the years, we've gathered experience in Parliament. Parliament experience countable. Now, the problems NDC is having with the strong majority, the problems that they are having is because you mean to become part of the team. It's before the things that we've taught, and we are able to overtake them. The last time it took, now Minister of Road had to come in to help them. Because experience counterpart. And this is the time party na Bawumia feel more Bremu. I've served this party in truth and honesty. Sisi a party that kwa here mono. Me timi dani change the party no. It's a difficult time for the party. Should be a drop seat every 138. So 137 to 88. 89. Yeah, 89 Ablokumanov is going to be our next.
But for now 88.
88. Now, cassette with this experience you've gathered as a young man who you went for more and Koye.
It's our fourth term, right?
The fourth term.
Fourth term.
Yes.
And you could be
fifth term. And you're about to 2 year Kwanye, and we are going to make sure that the uncle ye and we correct it. Obi, don't overly focus on the negative. Election be a unique. Sure. Titus Grover, once upon a time, he won by 3 votes.
3 votes, yes.
Then or stretchy, then he lost the seat. Once upon a time, Yendi winning over 20,000. This time we lost it. Once upon a time, Tema Centra, we've been winning over 20,000. We won just by 55. 55 votes. 2 digit. Inti together with the team, we should accept where your uncle ye, then we'll correct it. And I tell you, people are beginning to show a lot of remorse and regret. So, Abania being so we near we nebu fuka crow. So, no more way in our eba. People are telling us, don't pray. See, I'm not say, a crime is shot, you know, say, yeah.
But one would ask, sir, the issues facing Ghana for no universal, the whole country. They say economic issues are a universal, the whole country. Now, Obia face, it means ebuphobia or across board. But there are some constituencies, our colleagues, Nibi, rather than decreasing, they are appreciated in their constituencies. And I'll give a classic example in your leader, minority leader. I mean, this is the time Onu BM almost 20,000 votes difference in his constituency, which is also a constituency in Ghana.
Yes. You see, the American show, constituency be different. My leader may have done things I didn't do. And what about places we need traditionally? What about that? You're losing even by a very big margin. There are exceptions. There are exceptions. Normally be one more who need into the essay trans ye. Baby, so why you winning the big after you lose a cry? It's a whole milieu of complexities. I see a film we near the year 2 year. If you're the year 2 year, near money near my SME, now we still come to a conclusion. Annoh-Dompreh, you cannot represent our people. Why not? I'll bow out.
But you still believe that the people of Insawuma Dwejiri,
yes, I have that confidence.
We sure.
Masu from pa. Me share electoral areas turnout na young twaba. Na me share baby you lose you timi increase your voter. I'm telling you, say yes, the love is still there and it's deep.
Honorable Annoh-Dompreh MP in Insawuma Dwejiri, Minority Chief Whip, any no aiding comma or question be mana 0548 443 523. Your WhatsApp number, no 0548 443 523. Na yentie wunso or question, and then we'll come back and deal with some of your messages. Mode eba and WhatsApp number nibi 0548 443 523. Okay, where's the Obi? JM won first time in 2012 election from Christopher in Takrady, yes. And that's why he says, hey, within MPP, not the whole Ghana. Obi JDM goes, JD comes from Christopher again. JD no, when your party was in power, you won, you thought Ghana was for you, and was that you insulted Mahama anyhow, really. Christopher, Christopher, that cannot be factual. But we say, Obi, good afternoon. I believe that the NPP lost the elections disgracefully because the president lost contact with the grassroots of the party. He distanced the governance from the party. Yes, he has performed creditably well as president. There is no doubt about that. However, party sympathizers and members were in opposition, although their party was in power. His Excellency John Kufuor introduced the NYEP, which connected his government and the grassroots of the party. Another started something similar called NAPCO, but failed to maintain that brilliant idea. Hence, the Gargantuan laws. Francis, Ewo Gulf City. Francis, thank you for your message. Let me see. We say Obi, good day. It really feels very sad being a Ghanaian at this time because of the kind of legislature we have now. We all thought the 8th Parliament of the 4th Republic was that bad, but the truth is that this current 9th Parliament has proven to be the worst so far, both at committees and at the plenary. They've behaved very blah blah blah. Please tell Honorable Annoh-Dompreh and his colleagues that they are not in Parliament to represent themselves but the interest of the Ghanaian people. We prosper Komla Domenyo or Dakoman here in Accra. Prosper, yeah, that's it. Papa, Nyami Inshra. May share some few messages. Nafi Memra. We are now moving from constituency to Parliament. Nafi the Parliament and so en common eye. We say hi, Obi. Greetings to you and your guest. Honorable Annoh-Dompreh is a nice gentleman. God is with him. I suggest he works hard to maintain the seat if he intends to contest again. Daniel Mensah from Takwa. Obi, good evening. Ask him those have. Okay, does he have problem with his delegates? Okay, I don't know. He will tell us. We say Obi, I like Honorable Annoh-Dompreh very well. I hope to meet him one day. Kwame Labi Ewa Dansoman. Kwame, thank you. Obi, tell the NP he's losing it big time. Within 2 weeks, they've apologized like 5 times. Don't they feel? Okay, doesn't he feel? Yes, his time has come to bow down and hang up his boot because the disgrace coming his side is too. Okay, in Sawem Kwesi, I say friend in Sawem Kwesi and on the way a brain in Sawem Kwesi. That's say hi Obi. My question for Honorable Frank is that why do parliamentarians keep on making reference to past events to justify and equalize present issues when they go wrong? Will we ever move forward if our leaders always find ways and means to justify their wrongs currently by making references to the past? Kofi Poku or United Kingdom or dear Enono. Obi, ask him, does he think about what does he think about the delegate system? Okay, and there are calls to abolish the current delegate system. No, where's the Obi? We, the Nsawem Adrejuri MPP communications team, are most grateful to Honorable Dompreh for the love he's consistently shown us. Amino or Nsawem, loads and loads of your messages, but I'll pause here and I'll come back to the messages. Honorable, meaning messages in the office will respond to quickly.
Well,
in the delegate system,
National Council was a fallout from investigation.
Yes.
A the
way forward.
Yes. And me delegates who check a result was a massive endorsement of the man.
Okay.
You see, me see a call back to Parliament. If you permit.
Yeah, and I mean even before that, me first now was some sorting with leadership out. Were you hopeful, say you would be maintained as chief way?
Well, okay, so I was. To answer your question, yes, I was. If you at a point in time, I'm elevating. Yes, you see, idea na cost no. Some results need delay.
Yes,
results need delay na permutations were ongoing. Why never kwa? Yeah. Say Annoh-Dompreh or kwa. The results and buy. I mean, Chade, 9 penny for be a time a cheat, so bompire boa me kame home, and my resource in the buy. It wasn't difficult, straightforward. National Council can say, them all the regional chairman, your flag bearer, former president, all the leaders, the majority of the MPs can say, Annoh-Dompreh, what about whom are they? Young Twana so known to me.
Because at the point we heard, say, there were some moves to rather give the leader of the minority to the eastern region, and that would have meant, say, the chief whip role would have gone to another region.
The lobby in the Obi said you Obia has an ambition.
Okay.
And in politics, you to be stop Obi.
Okay.
Obia won an ambition. Even at the time I made for Frogran, what was the problem? What can I to be here, man? I was too young, I couldn't do the job, blah 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 blah. But arguably, no. Yeah, boy, and people would say it. My colleagues tell me, said, "Don't pray, oh yeah, dear, we are in support of you." Ain't all said and done, I was not one and I say hammer, so be lobby for position. Okay. Part, party of equals. Into so be per position. I won't even stop any panel. I mean, Charlie, the National Council, which is the second highest decision maker of our party, and who said, "Yeah, you bet me a year, man, and normally 2 million shares." The
last time when the General Secretary didn't come, no, can be said, the National Council took a decision and said, because at the time, not NDC for any or new leaders, and the decision was okay, Yama or more and twaso until such a time, my NDC for name more there, it would inform our next move. And you are there. Somehow in an interim capacity,
so be whatever position, Obi Akunya or team grass temporary.
Yes.
National Council no my Juma. Who am I? Say now Moka said Dompreh when he where Juma and so any. Inti continue. Yes, sir. Haruna no mono. Say the caucus didn't break. Yes. Inti we see in ho brasia say you are not indispensable. Inti if at a point in time you're being said. Yeah, and as a mempo, mean to be near you, man, to be in I will accept it gladly.
And who any hard feelings be?
Oh, sir, many will be the call first time.
Yes.
So people were interested. They were my seniors. You know, the mommy. They were part of the caucus. They were still helping. You're from meeting your mobile. Say, I can't being fun to while. Just say, you have no justification. If the National Council can't say for too while, who are you? Want to be in country? But I am very positive. From what I picked up and what is going on, I'm very positive, sir. We'll go far.
Very well. And by the new standing orders, now it was a more leadership, more appointment committee, Unfortunately, because of quota, membership, in the committees, and my number is 4 per appointment committee, and you happened to be one. Committee Jumano started, yes, I mean back and forth, and then the issue happened where we this altercation between Wo and the acting CEO of Petroleum Commission. How do you feel about Samuel Mana course?
Okay, Obi, what was another young who said, "You are very anxious. You know, NDC for no." Following your my CEO of various coalition centers. I say Nibrebi as in Tokwa very aggressive. Na a runner some see it. Because so Omani Buama I am Madame for power. To be a Nooks president, I think once upon a time, he was office in Omani Buama by. I think he was a student at Legon.
Okay.
And so he likes my style. Now, also per se, or could your boy into per se, also be a Nooks president one day. So I encourage him to why be no Busame, my channel, you can take this line. So at times, so now I amend the constitution, the news constitution has become congressional.
Okay.
Into your congress, near by a proportional representation, national executive, unlike before, now you're rotational.
Yes.
Eventually, he became Nooks president. Be advised, I mean, because I mean, I'm a boy, but be advised to be a Nooks president. It was about downfall. In fact, when we're in opposition, I think Professor Mill's time. Once upon a time, let me hear BB Pabi corner one money boy me. Was me, Obiana me no crack kanya me den. Into oba before the committee, now there was a hula baloo to vet or not to vet because he raising issues to say, "Monfa schedule no mind that we should agree the schedule ahead of time." Into now this obiania urudu near the nabani. Am I to mean prepare? Ye into your 200 year disagreeing. I was feeling a bit uncomfortable. So this is somebody you know way back 10 years back. Now this is a very prime time of his political career. Now President Shenin Wunyam. No, be a wounding no. As a worker, I would work with a mayor. Yes, it had made the point that Onya, money, me and your person, I mean, be BATL.
That is time I'm going to break now. Sorry, calling China.
Before my sorry, I just wanted Hansa to pick it.
Okay.
So, be BATL. Inti, then the convincing chairman said, "You could break." In Parliament, that has been the practice. Say tension or pie, conclave, then we can judge all. Chairman in penny. It's me catch me leader finish so on catching the tension is mounting. Into me break it. So eventually, opinion say uncle break. Into your case uncle break. I'm saying no. I have to say something to me. Bawumia, no one feeling very bad. You can call him and put him live. Into me corner. Na Bawumia chichire me.
Okay.
Me na me cause no the chichire no chia ne entourage or buy. Into me catch a rano. In fact. Me onna mani ko to nanim. And I'm catching so on signal Bawumia mama.
Okay.
I wanted to have a word with him. Then he made a point. She made a comment. Minority, go away. Or cancel some. Can't you decline? Then I ignore. Can't you toss me? You know, can't third time. And I'm saying no. Because now minority some like a buffalo. But we've made the speaker to rule on the matter. So no, we can't be referred to as minority. The body need you. The mechanic say no, you cannot describe us in these terms. The body
okay, so you cannot describe us in these terms, and we'll deal with you.
Then I said, I'll take this matter up. That's what I mean. Kaisa will deal with it. I remember I said I will take this matter up.
And you take it up because on your MP, I'll make his comments.
Yeah, for you to refer to us as minority, because at the end it's not correct, and the speaker himself has said. We can't be described as such. Then the insult started. The insult started and because I will take this matter up. If you look at the video, I just walked away. She continued to insult, rain, crude insult on me. I just walked away. Then I'm here. Make a boy chairman. I'm here for.
Yes.
I told him I've been assaulted. This is terrible. Me who be that?
Before that, now Joyce Bauer age now. And then on Bauer a catcher.
I think Joyce Bauer Nankas are not panel bar.
Okay.
I think there was a disagreement on time. I said Omani Bawumia. Into Joyce Bauer got closer to us. No, all cassette letter was time when he stayed here. Then I remember I said no, it's not an issue. We will resolve it. Kaya sama or cow honomo. So I just walked away. Yeah,
but time and now I say a buffon by and she was not on that all restraining.
Right? In fact, restraining, no, I don't think it's a good word to use. She wasn't restraining me. Me, I guess
okay.
So I video na me jina ho.
Okay.
Into the atamone bano continuously bano. I was hurt. I was deeply hurt. So I just said to myself, said no, just walk away, walk away. It mean Kai idea Joyce Bauer. Yeah, there's one woman very dark. Me, and Joyce Bauer.
I know Joyce Bauer.
Okay. Tuntum, very tall.
Okay.
No saw me some. Oh, honorable, I am one of the ministers. Can I have a word with you? And I'm saying no. I need to report to the chair into Odimechi. Later, I realized she was part of the entourage. Odimechi, oh, honorable, we are sorry. Please, we are sorry. Inti, minko asubwa na me call eko ball. Chairman na man ye twatwa swa na fei. Eko ba say me ho ani run by. Oba in fact, emma onipa oni one na nyankopon wo emma e wo committee ni so nyina they came to kneel before me. Say they saw it.
Omone lady ne buy.
There be ma mo wo committee ni so
committee.
Yes, omone can buy. They were knelt before me.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, but me from and I can't say I was angry, but that time I was just praying and I'm saying now the amount this election me Mahama Supreme Court and trade to me so my tutu me handled to that a lot of propaganda allegations. Then I was my brabo. So I was just consoling myself. So I was praying. I want to run it by. Yes, or non-Kasaba, yes.
Okay.
Or by, or kind when I responded to her in a way. Or kind when I responded, she was alarmed. Some kind of no, Nipa no old or sort of only me. I grew up in who's I be doing any. I'm going to say maybe I grew up in the Volta region. I before I'm gonna fall and yes, I do, yeah. Impoka mimi ponkra show before. No, why, sir. So I'm patch one or patch or say uncle lunch and I'm so no, maybe I'm okay.
Or no so bunko to Jenibi.
Well, bunko to
but at least up
yes, she did. Yami say and kind of she did. Ain't he? I did tell mommy raise your assembly on the floor near me. At that time, me jibe be money kaya. Ain't me corner and nipa me nu a barman chain. So when she was exiting from baby of a pie chow, she made another damning comment. So my did not tell me did not tell me baby.
I don't know one tear no.
But to be a catch them and or you nipa penimupa, nipa me and son. No mujina corridor so.
Our office or muntimin chantro.
They have no basis on beditro. And a nipa catch them say run or comforty woman or cancer or friend cancer. Now you want to see our patch away. Then she showed another fleeting remorse. It's nipa catch them so your friend assembly was speaker anymore. He is ready to come. Then we running kasa wa ankasa. And to be few I'm saying no. Ray say the near training in tongue. And we a lawyer need. There's a code of ethics. Ghana Bar Association. There's a way to behave. And to me raise the assembly under the appropriate orders. And the speaker can say he will take charge. Yeah, dear. Mimi Mbuaten. But me to catch some of my the representation of my year a studio hand. It is exactly as a
see. But don't you think, sir, after say Obabe Pacho together with committee members, no, and my work committee in the power, anything I want to personally in a report, there was anchor would disregard.
No, I can't disregard.
Because Obabe Power.
No, Obi, sure. Yes, so Pacho, we can't disregard. But so Pacho we na adianche so immediately after Chopano. Now saying yes, I deal with.
But you didn't hear that.
No, but I have no doubts to doubt me to be doubted upon no catcher. Me to be funny doing to job, but you're paying mu pa. Nipa be ensa. And the catcher. So I ran out your sign cry ye. Boom. Inti yemfa no kokunko wona.
I don't think I will raise you on the floor.
Yes, I don't think I'm raising on the floor.
What's the status of our complaints now here?
It is still with the speaker. Okay. But back to order 217. Now we'll reference order 217. So order 217 actually composition of the appointment committee.
Yes.
Nipeni be held by statutory representation. It said chief whips, deputy leaders, and minority leader or as a ranking.
Yes.
And in the wisdom of apart from Annoh, membership now will go by proportion. In the year proportion, apart from the statutory representation, proportion you be nipa baako pe. In the nipa baako a submitting ni din any year right ya oboama.
Okay.
In the wisdom of framers of the orders, you can say subject matter committee leadership.
Okay.
In the same year, a convert foreign affairs minister designate. You be chair and vice chair. Ranking and vice ranking, no more between
as subject matter,
as a subject matter
committee member.
Until you find some Ubunze and Crawford be nipa for no more to one subject matter.
Yes.
But no crowd we stage a compromise for our people. Because see are crying forming committees in here. Until ask yourself, so how did you come by a subject matter? Former majority leader Era say chairman Sabubu to become crass. The committee of appointment committee in Kasana is not properly constituted. To some extent, he's right. But you see, Parliament, we are masters of our rules. Yeah. Can't say. First of all, we came under Order 3. And you can't say we should stand down the orders. Because in a GD said, for us to do a proper oversight, mom who can form government. Once they form government, we can take them head on. Into Order 3, and yes, let's stand down the orders. Into your book, nominees ni dia yen fam ba parliament and map speaker and your referrals, it will be assumed set then we'll go to the appointment committee and do the vetting. Yes, it was at our call to make sure no one cause something. Ebiem committee bit is selection committee, appointment committee, and selection, appointment, and business committee. Because business committee in a year every Thursday be omushia to program business for the ensuing week. Because of our experience, for us not to obstruct government business, let's vary the orders. All these came at our instance. It is here to so because a young minority from person mojuma bekoswa, it's not correct. But I didn't see any tiawa. Then assembly see you know. Not clerk no. Editor list of NIPA 10. Mr. Chamber or did NIPA 10 the bring me a list of 10 nominees. My first reaction from my experience on the appointment committee, I said, "Yet me vetting NIPA 10 in a day." Into Oma me leader and Kasa. I left the chamber and I call. Irafenyo and yet trans. Because I yet me vetted 10. You know, minute note no say you be vetted 3. And of okay, me free ura.
Why minute?
Ira afenyo market.
Okay, you leader. Okay.
You know, me free ura no clerk no. You know, or the clerk na kasa o me phone so say ya vetted ade na diminishing returns is setting in. Into for na mo me yenye 3. Na enko rest kaka next week we can do 5 or 6. The rerun drag I cannot see you what you catch if anything chairman. So we have the understanding that is done. You could share ever said here before I started be ever cancel here almost here by 3. Yes, we've agreed on 3. A woman a year I hear for I catch him so up a chow in for Bako and Catherine. If initially it was a near bread, now we were hesitant. And also many afenyo nkasa na me frame leader na ejina to ejina say no nipa no mo de neba no he's a member of parliament hu nhede ni asem sa so let's do it and your penny and ye no wie ye wie na kita kokoye 4 ye wie na mo sande ba ko beka ho bi we were not happy. Yes Charlie, we guys are taking it for granted. A chopper sa and no so sign prayer and ye wie hu so mo sign mo form line. All the nominees in Park Hebeyom of the following week must saw Munina lies. Yes, yes, no. Nipa no ya next person, Baba, the safe person, no, ya candle. I'm Casacando. We don't have issues with you. Montia Sieni in I am penny said. Number na ya agree, say, Bayano. Ya brusa. Until let's take you to tomorrow morning. First in the morning, we'll do it. Almost ya po. Yampo on Bayadian. Minia, as a minority, we have a responsibility. Also, more majority for no. Washa. Then that's been the trend. I want to mean ask very critical questions. Critical questions. Oh, yeah, President in Nipa Bana do so no.
Which is normal. That has been the trend over the years.
The trend. Any booster questions or other critical questions. We have a duty to do all those. Inti ase ebe pene ase pene me de meka come on kra me twin table no first
o twin table no first
me twin table just to
o say we kind of o chair ne to table
we didn't get it
first
me twin table no first just to draw his attention because look chairman you are disrespecting us if for nothing at all let's go into conclave.
But don't you think it was irresponsible?
It was.
Yeah,
it was. Me, I'm not. Yobi, because I'm making no. In any case, your leader, Baba, apologize. I'm not here to justify no mercy, but I'm giving you that there was a background to it. Almost say before you mumpo, you be vetted. You sign for line, mumpo, you be vetted. Ain't baby a say someone? When Roxanne moved from their side. By a side,
not or by a day.
Well, it be on bet me here, no.
Okay.
Or moving from the other side, about the other side. I say, we are wine, you cry, you bay. It's a whole yes, we started. Say, okay, so I said, yeah, and you're not microphones in here. We are going to disconnect the microphones. Yes, it is irresponsible. under the circumstance we
but you could have chanted. I can bet my sorry, Namatonyum, said a motonyum on the floor.
Well,
that would have disrupted the procedure.
Even when we put on the microphones, it is one of the things we do. You put on microphones so that my microphone be inactive. The speaker still said that nipa number transe. Ye be ye pro ye pa ye be veti. You see, aha me be wie Mahama has said me obi onim hwe nipa I am suspended ye me
Asampa FM
Ahmed
Dafiamapo.
Take them individually. Me a violent person. Tampuri, you ba parliament zini na what in one sem so wa to call parliament. Ahmed what in one sem so be a to call parliament. Even at the point they ready matter, I just walked away. Time I hear to speak as waba, nan to kwa si ye table ye, man no se bi di obi atem. You see, it gets to a point where onipa ye pion do some point bia. Share all the compromises we have had for you. I dey ba come refi amen kan. Say a dining popa out, they need to advertise 2 to 3 weeks. Nina, you're standing it down. Yes. You're standing it now down to just 5 days. 3 weeks, you stood down to about 5 days. You're suspending orders. It's a my mamba reading and your proper referral. Young can say forming committees, subject matter committee leadership. You can't say, let's handpick. We are masters of our own rules. You see, asamba no wentie mu ya. Obi abako to so said you obi eni obi kuntokwa. No so obi ba ko blue obi pa. E bia na bibia si. Hwe me from that time be see I have not been myself.
Yeah, but I've heard people also say your action on that fateful night, no, it justify in sema MFA ekafa. What is our no?
Well, young person mo can be omonka. The situations are not the same. Obi, no.
How are they different?
How they different? You find say Obi across here by your side. You agree on terms, things to do. What's it there? Buso, go to hell. We are going to do it. Is it the same as I say? Obi can say micro minority. Let me walk here. We know did matter. Are they the same? They're not the same. They can justify it. Said you, me na man conducted whatever it is. Me dear. Medical can't say, and ya dear a ye me de. Now me from my youthful days, youth organize, I mean kuntokwada. We'll debate. I will say all I have to say. But say to kwapa say me kuntokwa fiscal. No, I be yes dear no. Me crofo mo ye involve obi anyesa. Inti asamba esi nyine do esuko me ebusa ye ho. E ba ne say na chairman no. Ya ye 3, ya ye 4. Yes, yeah, 5. Still, also the Biumba become. Next is our time now, born now, 11 p.m. And these are people who can someone black or can someone can see what crow. Now, who say aura? Oh, yeah, the head of aura. At the torch in the Namcroft feature. In Crawford bomb bra. In Crawford Blomogenia Bob Bra ye Japadi. Oh, the torch in the Namu feature. Say, remember Chile, Quam far so near Japadi. Now, what do you do, dear Swa? Young, we should just rush him through the friends at the vetting. If we had allowed, in Kanyoma a course, we wouldn't have heard some of the statements from a black one. And Nyoma a course, in Komodi or near Fenyo kind, they would have short-changed us. Because I'm normally in the NPP.
And those are matters, I remember Dihunko. But let's finish with DSC. And subsequent to that, no speaker, it take decisions be to suspend you. Mo caucus no, and you're happy. And the argument was made, say speaker needs to me no. Subsequently, leader Ebabe Pachel Ejitumu, speaker Emani ruling to lift suspension no. One kase because about the realization say na only to me and he acted ultra virus. The okai and say based on nkoma on leadership the pa aba any ade. And it really all that argument and then we'll put it out say speaker need to me so obey no. Na nothing.
Ubet me akasa no. But you see your idea nyina ho kwan. But ye nyina ne fataye. Ye do suko e reflect here. Ko hwe orders in order 30, order 31, order 130 and even the constitution. baby a speaker betimi akase a be a disorderly act. There is a proceeding, not disorderly act. No what kasa masha enfani pani pie beyond a certain entity do 2 weeks. There's no way in our orders. You see, media edu baby a yehu sa ade we yemfa efienyansa and I resolve it. We could have gone to court. You could have gone to court for the interpretation. Said adio yes. Said the other time or can say or declare seat vacant. Say your Supreme Court. So we could have gone to court. Now, at a caucus, we came to a realization. Say, let's pull the diplomatic, court into a non-email leadership, so that the speaker can make a dignified retreat.
Yeah, but it was also clear, say, members of the minority weren't happy with our concessions and leader Eko make here in conclave.
Yes.
Omufise osanka mo stand them ground. Say the oya ne nya amomani hu say nye.
You see, all the days are not equal. And you cannot win all the battles. Sometimes you have to give in some of the battles. I know as a whip, I know the sense of the house. Me buy it feature the backbench. The personally omo catch me say the nyoma koye no. But it's one of the lessons for us. And going forward, we'll be guided by that. Yet, media embremuno, the speaker couldn't have done that. But it could also cut me. And you didn't expect the speaker to say that I've heard. We know how it is. Tell me one single legal person who will justify the decision of the speaker. It was in excess. But the here attitude is assume we are befie. There is some understanding. But we are also guided. So BB size CBM1, but wait there, it has happened already. We put it behind us as a caucus and we forge ahead.
Are your members happy now? Well, as still, I mean, as a pono ewo, some of them looked very disappointed.
Not very.
To the extent, say, Speaker Busa say, why show remorse in the minority caucus? Are you a free student?
That is, and so I look at it from another different angle. That tells you how determined we are if you want to do something. It is a we take a decision now. We are very determined to move forward. Then we have to, make concessions. I ain't easy. But I tell you, time will heal the wound. And so far, our people are good.
After that, one way so amoye say for two of the nominees, you would want to do secret voting in the approval. In the mubo kuja tabla kwa mubo Sam George. And meba me yaba be share or mo vet and then your course during their vetting. But I want us to clear this because you see enrano. Eventually secret voting so. And also mo backtrack mo stance.
It's not backtrack. You see, but it's a bit more kind. More backtrack. More apologize. Say we are thinking beings. Sabi. Obi. Yankupa ma enyansa. O ma enim de. So wo ko enim wo kwan bi so a na hu se baabi ebusua baabi ade na wudu no ese sakremu a. Sabi ese sakremu. Washing your hands off and to say we are abstaining, we don't want to have any is the stronger protest. Say foreign minister, your minority, you couldn't carry the entire house along. The minority for Babaka said, we don't want to have anything to do with your vetting. There is BB anywhere strong than that. And for me, I'm proud of that decision you take here.
Yeah, but washing your hands off was not your initial position. It happened subsequently.
Yes.
The initial position was to push for secret voting. What changed?
You see, on the battlefield, a lot of things happen. On the battlefield, Niema Bebri Esi. What we sought to do, and it says, Uncle Atente Wuro Etariomoto. Until they cannot have our blessings. And washing your hands and saying we are abstaining, it portrays the same impression for us. It's a principal position from baby and it worked well for us.
Because rather than munya secret voting, and NDC MPs be voted here or more. Wouldn't that have been a bolder statement?
Well, you can make that argument, but also restraining and saying that we don't want to have anything to do with you. For us, is also a very strong impression.
Is it because said you see earlier and some members need be buofu and they walked out of the chamber?
It's not the
case.
Need
numbers to even get 88.
If we, at that time you say assembled, we could have assembled. We would have still assembled. We also have intel on their side. We have intel. There are times we give in to the vote. There are times we don't. Because we had intel. Some of the people who were grabblers, there was pressure from their side, from the presidency, said, we'll make sure some numbers. Yes, we had good intel on their side. Initially, there were a few of their people who said that they were going to vote against them.
Against nominees?
Yes, some more nominees, But then, when the whipping came from the Jubilee House, they all backtracked.
Said now they will not vote against.
Don't forget that time in almost will be a appointment. Obia lobby, Obia appointment. And you dare not go against the nominee of His Excellency the President.
Yeah, by a secret. How would they have known? How
they will know. We know the number of NDC4.
Yes.
187.
Sure.
Including the independent.
And Gombe say be but how would they know the individual?
Well, they may not know the individual, but they have their intelligence. Chief Agroway Yediacho, they will have their intelligence. They will have because they have a suspect. Not most suspect, even speaker. Right honorable speaker in the election.
Yes.
Unim said they had intel, sending party on their side. Was not in support. That is why
backman there no.
In the second coming,
Okay, now say
yes, that is why the president had to issue a statement. He issued a statement mandating them. Read that statement. Because he is mandating them. So I'm for non-call.
Yes.
They didn't know issues. They have picked the intel. So there were grumblings, there were murmuring. So I didn't know. And 30 plus of their members were not in support. And some of them who were not in support were trying to lobby us to join forces. When the statement came, it changed.
And the best sign be
it changed because no BSRO. There are people who are lobbying for ministerial portfolios. Now, I feel who are also open minister and I feel the president, but also open in the same vein, things change quickly, and we also change our tactics. Because true and true, we wanted to subject them to vote and to get some of them to solidarize with us.
Yeah, but say in the National Council of Frame, because I know, say, your General Secretary was there, your National Chairman was there.
There was no National Council meeting prior to that.
No, that's not what I'm saying. The Americans, they came to the house.
Yeah, they came to show solidarity.
But say, and the emphasis, the National Council of Frame will say, hey, leaders, we all agree, say, we'll subject these guys to a vote. How did it change? I feel abstention, no? What would you tell them?
Well, we have spoken to them. Yes,
Money or Makasa.
Yes, yes, two radios. And you see,
the majority leader, sorry, can say when the issue came up, our conclave, he told Afenyo, say that will never happen. Say secret voting will not happen. He said that on the floor. And subsequent to that, and I'm also changing position.
Maybe it's just coincidental. You see, when you sit as a whip, you get a lot of intel.
Okay.
I get a lot of intelligence from their side and our side. You see, things about welfare. They can be on the floor. We talk until we get a lot of information from their side. For instance, their side is not happy. It's up to them to even constitute committees in the year. We have finished our part. So I got up today and raised the matter. Into Omomo side, we get a lot of intel. I don't need to tell you, but we work with a lot of intelligence. Into a decided now you're going to say we have to vary it because of some reasons. We have to do it. We have to do it.
It is here the record I capture say on the approval for Sam George and Okujetono, the minority abstained.
Yes.
That's what the record captures.
Yes.
But how about at the committee level? Because the majority leader says at the committee level, Now a consensus approval at the committee level.
It's not
now
true.
majority approval.
It's not true.
But he said that on the
floor.
Yeah, he said that on the floor.
Well, I don't doubt you, but I need to check. But we made that point clear. Said Nipa Mienu way dear. We are not in support. And also because no more for documentation being brain.
Yes.
The teacher we are a black who sink for our quiet properties. Sana attentive rule at 2 hours to say 10 years. Now we are taking you on the properties of our acquire.
Yes.
You are running for cover with the chair. Near who said no credit be and daddy. It's not like you will be personal against them.
Okay.
But Nipana Kasa Ena some George ne Kasa bi or Kasa Ejidi say or Kassetia former president. And so we try to engage. Was a parliament, we do a lot of engagement.
Yes.
Normally be our bones that can't decide, but we sit, we engage, and they will resolve. You can just say, it was harsh to the Chief Justice, it was harsh to the His Excellency the President. Find a way to dress it up. Be my abua. I'm a coffee boa. Okay, the last sooner by Papa.
Yes.
Now in some more kind, we felt it affected the integrity because it was a very emotional moment for the man. He was departing. You won't get the opportunity to even respond. Now, kind of at the top level, they engaged. Amakofi did the needful, and then Yanye. The same thing, the window of escape. Come in, dress things up, Sabi. Opening idea with default, Brabe Kasa as a responsible.
Yeah, but the vetting committee should not be used to dress people up.
Nobody,
and that's more argument or more. You cannot force them to whitewash people through the platform of a vetting committee. And now they are
Obi, so case of whitewash.
Yes. But that's what
black is black. Nobody is saying it's a brother whitewash. He stood by what he said, and so we also said that we are against you. That is why we refrain.
Okay.
So the question of whitewashing doesn't even come in at all. Look, Obi one case trans and reflecting. Name Sembi or Cassetia Chief Justice. It was in excess. Sabi otemwa for penny or walk or croimu. Near Timmy Kansas in some way channel or social media. Me the is a MPA. Well, Odin said your kind let posterity judge us.
But as a committee document almost shareable under oath so mo de bebano. O say Oman farmer.
A black company
not even one and all the beer by
as at the run. Now me so on farm by. Now I think some George or so no DB about so a black was still on farm by. And you see, at this point, let me put matters in proper perspective.
Yes.
Me a black I have worked with him before. Me once upon a time Foreign Affairs Committee chair. No all year ranking.
Yes.
If I see me an say. He who comes to equity, he must come with clean hands.
Yes. Yes.
Who say who operate aura? Now, who GD say Nkrofa ye niema anko ye Nkrofa for continuance for my ejapade. Fair enough. Without even going into the legalities of aura nankasa. And I'll buy and I will say, oh, rent it. You busa wejuma wa ye okachere. And I also rent Airport Hills. And I can just for details, bra.
Yes.
When to be provide details,
or see he's seeking the advice of the chair for the chair to direct because it is within his right so to.
Well, it's a diplomatic way of dodging the question. I didn't interrupt to know from Brian. You see, he should be bold. Maybe there he should be bold. Me no crank. Me mayem sample. Me banami krame. Because you have raised the standard. Say a man for ya kronfo kruma. And we your mind Japade.
Yes.
It is a way your mind Japade, and you couldn't simply even justify. Say, Japade say, "Kwan way so I'm fast." So say I'm here, yeah. It's dent your integrity.
Yeah, but poster or 2 days ago, I say they had every opportunity when I appeared before them for vetting, but they chose to run away. They had every opportunity when they were in power for 8 years to have me prosecuted, but they failed because there was nothing they could find. Now they have resorted to desperate smear press conferences and infantile fabrications. If they want a second round of vetting, I am ready for them. It is not a crime for a member of parliament to patriotically and diligently seek the protection of public resources and state assets pursuant to our constitutional mandate of oversight. Those on the side of truth and justice can never be intimidated. I shall remain focused on President Mahama's exciting reset innovations, which we are on the verge of implementing at the Foreign Ministry for God and country. It was almost per second round cry. He's prepared to give second round of vetting.
We've had enough. And the Ghanaian people will judge. Asama yebusa no any anu yi or the mind, the Ghanaian people will judge. Yedie, yes say he is not living up to the billing. He's not living up to the billing. He should be proud. Property where media, bring the details. You are seeking clearance from the chair. What is that? It's a clearance radio. I was expecting him, as intelligent as he is, should have reasonably expected that questions like this will come. So you should have prepared. Someone say property when the details when
yes.
Me say emrene na na bechere. Emrene na na bechere. What he came there to do any other. So we have to wash our hands. But with time the revelations that will come out, no be able. If someone here bonnet na in some all kind and the posturing of aura, and you justify that. Time will prove.
On Sam George, I'll come back to Okujeto, but Sam George and so a post or say for the avoidance of any doubt and to settle any controversy. Yesterday, I submitted to the appointment committee all the documents required of me and more. I submitted certified copies of my certificate from the London School of Economics and the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center. Evidence of my travel, receipt of accommodation, proof of my fees paid, and the prospectus from the London School of Economics. The London School of Economics on the course I studied. Facts are sacred, and I remain resolute in my quest to serve my nation to the best of my abilities. So help me God.
Well, they can do what they posted. Me mention is asset and run before I left the chamber.
Okay.
Now I was aware. Asset and run suspension in womb. So I was reflecting as a person. And also me involved and we were reflecting. I was watching the screen. Say Odibiaba. Granted, it was some judge, we need to be a personality. Granted, so the we should leave it as it is. We should leave it as it is. But yet the agreement said the tone, and he said you address the Chief Justice and your former president, the Kwan of Far Sunni Mokasayan, and Koye. Or Jane said you're kind and one on one. I'm bringing down a betcha. But Obi, let me go for it. And say, and you may a press conference, Kaka.
Yes.
As far governor.
Governor, Bank of...
Yes, Dr.
Ansani Beba, one of the issues... Okay,
so we should proceed from some other...
Ansani Beba, I just wanted to ask. Well, on the committee, and say nominees be bar. Mutimeka say, oh, nominee where the any problem. Nominee where the any problem. And something say this committee are then a charade. I mean, more problem. You're about 6 hours, 7 hours.
Let me contextualize.
You will be any problem.
So before the ban, yeah, background checks.
Yes.
Yeah, background checks. We don't just sorry keke embet committee ni keke. Obi, with respect to you, answer the nominees in that is why we always advocate ourselves.
Okay.
So we do our own intel. We pick memorandum from the public. Can't afford the information. Yes, it is something. Obi busa question be or baby. It is based on information about Beduho. It is Obi the Haruna by.
Yes.
It was almost like a Yanini Diagro. So share. Because we didn't have anything damning against him. We didn't have anything damning against him.
It's not just to prove some more damning way. It's to also interrogate the person about the ministry he's going to help.
Yes, but you see, there is a certain practice of parliament.
Okay.
Say former leaders.
Yes.
Ubekaya, and whatever is good for the goose is good for the gander.
Sure.
Former leaders, you were say chairman sabun, so you vetting koshe. It was just about 5 minutes, and you're granting. Into former leaders now, na. We should vet everybody as they should. It is a subject matter for another day we have to discuss. But say you knew a problem and then just say a personal. Because Say any information on so did any partema. We are offering you that platform. Say, okay, hey Bia, young man has opportunity. He might redress as some more kind. Hey Bia cancer had your ne ebufubi. That's an opportunity because the entire country is listening to you. And you are going to be a minister of state. And to say a question to offer you the platform, say, as small kind, will you still stand by it? And you can say no be what problem, and you say be any no problem your personal. And a black what you know.
Your microphone
Yes, a black what you know. This is a person who is all over the place. Some for Japadian can. Yes, you do as you go who's at road taroto. And here at road taroto, I am mount 2 American and Pemerican between more. So we're vetting, we should do it anyhow. So we were insisting we want to have time. Don't forget, the portfolio also have an impact. Foreign minister. Foreign minister. Very, very important ministry.
Between foreign ministry and a health ministry, do you think it was fair to the Ghanaian people to vet foreign minister for over 5 hours, health minister under 30 minutes?
It all depends. The health minister, we had not received any memorandum be incriminating. Be a bonus so yano. If we had, we would have pinned him to respond.
Yeah, but he was going to head the ministry. A critical ministry. There are so many issues in health.
We asked a number of questions.
Under 20-25 minutes. Are you a free Ebusa questions? But I thought for a health minister.
Well, you can have your objections. But the idea is to the best of our limitations in terms of what we were able to do. Maybe with hindsight benefit,
Greater Accra Regional Minister, for example, not even one question.
Yes, and so we are not perfect. We will withdraw and then we'll see how to redress it going forward. But the bit me I kind of said, you need to be a person and it's a lesson to all of us in the public discourse. No, oh, can be you should have a basis. And as he said the way any penny for a casano, I said. And this brings me back to in some will be kind as President Mahama. You see, in the run-up to election, me can say Obienu or swear twice, 2 times oath no. Inti so or swear BMA he may bring a curse to us. I say he may. Man, cause President Mahama is curse. Everybody, I'll get you the audio. No, be ambontie.
Interview and
no, na me kasa.
On the floor?
No, on the floor. Okay. There were constituency. And I may of course I was campaigning for Dr. Bawumia.
Okay.
And I may can say, and yes, you map up a chance be the first John, you who your year, the second John, you were at a mess dear way, the when we obey yes and can. We've had enough of him. Mayor Manin sign Besueb, he might bring a curse to the country. Man, cause the man is curse. You know, when you know DC for sometimes this propaganda is a mujay. Most are matutu. Now you still can't prove matutu. And everybody who knows me knows I'm not a violent person. I can be tough. But where I need to give in, I give in easily. Up to now, and you're all over the place saying, say elections we need. If some we need election, there's a way to prove. What the Supreme Court, you've lost it. And I will not insult the president. I'm very critical, and I'm going to be very critical. Obi, I am against the minority for your start years. We've not started a criticism yet.
We munyan treasure.
Budget.
Yes.
There is the residue is less. No my be focus on in criticism. Be brain said am my. I feel on the budget in Babeba. So from budget presentation na ye ko omode agreement e Babeba. The regulations ever Parliament. That is where the real work will start. They say you start here.
Yeah, but they've said you can only make noise. More 88, really, to what effect?
Well, they go behind closed doors and plead with us.
Really?
I'm telling you. Obi, I'm saying this on authority on your popular program. Say they talk to us, they plead with us.
No,
88 You think it you are Obi, we should retract that. Is it Pekka saying you want
number 88.
We are the mighty minority. We are the mighty minority. 88. Once upon a time we were 61. We are 61 and we take a cue from that. In the 88 in the year. And don't forget we have fresh hair, sir. And we are very dedicated to work. Iti 88 no wo 10 88 no na mo hwehwe omo yi. Kakre ye no mo hwehwe.
But mate. And some can argue, say, oh, we are putting our government together. You here to help us through the vetting. In the Yema or long group, you now put your government together. Ministers now take a position. Now we'll show them.
Now, my rebuttal to them is simple.
Yes.
We have been in government before. I have been government with before.
Yes.
You see, it's practically difficult, say, at any material time. We bring your numbers in our chamber. You say, Ubabe appointed about 50 ministers from
Parliament.
From Parliament.
Yes.
Now, you have a number of 187. Don't forget the president himself has said he has too many MPs. Now, if you appoint 50, I can potential 137 plus. So 137, no. Already there is a crack at their back. Because me personally body did not to attract any hatred to them. Nipa bi mu said they are justified to have been appointed. One appointed omo. Udobo hu say your presented budget ni wi a nkrofo emba chamber. Omo nyomo numbers no. Bebre be start your communities on go pay jobs. Bebre go lobby project at the constituency because he is thinking how to retain his seat. And when you are power wo shipping numbers no, wo shipping na bi so shipping ko. A real ministers na be to kwan. Enye de bia na ministers betim about parliament.
Yes.
Into once upon a time you buy and see there were just 40 in the chamber.
Majority for no.
And we buy a raising quorum on 2 occasions we have succeeded. We've come under Article 102 and we've succeeded on all occasions. They have 187. They were the day na ye raising quorum no. Honorable da fam pop.
He was no pamacho.
No, we all do it.
Okay.
But until I'm person catch us say money nya wadwin tanta say 88 per. That 88 is a mighty 88. And we are going to battle with them. You bet sure say we are not just 88, we are a mighty 88 that can do battle if we so desire.
But at every point in that numbers no.
Well, that's
so you would also fall in the same way.
That's a question for us. They have government business to prosecute. You see, I'm so experienced to the point that minim time some numbers but few. Na minim time some you take you all Article 102. I'm reading that a beche. Like, can we go to the BOG phones and something? Now, how do you the pa?
No, BOG the answer here. Me the same.
It's serious. It's serious.
You don't the home come about.
It's serious.
I'm ya come. Me pa just say, "Oh, tie me na ope asase atwa." Ye won sase bi wo atasemanso wo Kumase. One of the plush residential areas wo Kumase. Beautiful place. Now, we are sase a edaho plot of land ye ton. You know. Na ne buono wo form. And when you meet me a catcher in confidence, a born a year, papa. And they say, we are individual, we are real estate company. You can take advantage of this great offer, me pacho. Plot no a ben headline educational complex, and no a ben Mount Zion Hospital, Kumase Atasemanso. And ya non kwa oba cycle how on cry ha. Ye wo 2-story building be and no cycle here just behind Odo Rise and also ye tongue. Me pacho so any of these properties 0594 36 okay 0549 0549 43 64 42 0549 43 64 42 na one owner no enin komo when you are speaking to the owner directly, the agent asembia enim na take advantage Kumasi atasemanso asem ena making asasene bono fo yeguso ka asase ebia wonanye Kumasi asase na ope ba ope asase won kran ha anase ebri bepone so kama one Royal Kingdom Estate enin komo ope asase amanso eni ho eho na obenya papa no ato land acquisition o asase da opese yesi dan wo soma construction ye be ya ma ope why you say obesi dan ba opese ye architectural designs ema Royal Kingdom Estate o property bi opese ye manage ema Royal Kingdom Estate na yensa se na wo prime areas won kran ha ne ebri no ebo ne sha se fi 90,000 cedis obenya asase ama wa ura asase ne so abeka se akwa mabobra nti bomodin na one Royal Kingdom Estate inni enkomo yen office no any Soul Clinic International School din hwe ni mu now apart from assassin no yes sign wo affordable homes adan ya yesi aye ton aye bo ne wo form yes sign wo premium furnished apartment and here for short rentals East Airport no so no ye de rent in tishanen so Emma me opesa woni Royal Kingdom Estate din koma your numbers 0557 555 909 0557 555 909 and a 0272 778 880 0272 778 880 Royal Kingdom Estate building communities and nurturing dreams there omo bua Ghana for papa and to take advantage you go so kind dan ho nsem untimi kan dan ho nsem a wonka energy consumption into any say opese o bills a wutua for energy no oteso a you need solar e wo say wunya alternative sources of power baako is solar no initial investment e wo say wo ye wunya initial investment ni wie say kim uni how bio the akani na no be say ya fix solar system ni bia ma wo fie where you equipment consume power more fridge where condition any ade now they are two solar ne so now bulb ne fan ni ade o dey normal ECG power e ba wo fie no be say bills a wutua at the end of the month the beba form it is solar system they we here be kwa brochra ewie papa bia monimpo na omu nyina e wo solar panels ego wonder is Ghana ewia bopa memfa wo de no en hata banche mfa nye kokente nko ade bi obetimi e dia generate power kama inti peska kakra ebra ye yaka se ye solar system no unya 49,000 cedis e betimi aye bia ma kama. But you don't have to pay everything at a go. Oma in 30% upfront. They spread the amount over 24 months, and then you are good to go. That's simple. About the fixed solar system, and I say, well, office only bills to your dear moton quanta mapai, and when you are guaranteed sustainable power. The only area into area body only doom so any problem be and we know a translate solar eba Ghana hano ye 10th year any it is part of your 10th anniversary and you see a boa Ghana for you this fantastic package a day abba me pacho men same refrain it was 0504 249 229 0504 249 229 na one translate solar into me in the enkomo Ekosiisen so ni e higher sempa 94.7 FM enti mamemra na fe yenhwe ene minority ne sign a press conference but this time on the Bank of Ghana governorship the president has nominated somebody for that role but minority issues honorable more issues near then
two issues. First one is Era Dr. Anderson, or headed the Central Bank of Ghana.
Yes. Esiama, rather, you mean?
Esiama, yes, Esiama, yeah, Dr. Esiama. Dr. Esiama. And Obianim, Yakasa, Central Banker, Sika, Crabia Bartime, Kessia Pa, woman, one of Kodano.
Yes.
And Mount Renfi said, Dr. Esiama, any BBATiano, or no, and I think 5 others. Era Kofia Moabin, Raymond, Amofu, Catherine Johnson, Robert, a few others.
Yeah.
Not just say break here ball man say financial institutions be Penias from Bacandia Fis Robert by Ira Huma Mama by Ira Boakase. UT Bank, the number of banks in Crofo Sika and Crofo Japadia and in our collapse. Yes. Dream and the Katashi say, Yadia Qued, Yadia Bomb. Dr. Siame, or can be? Or can be pa? Just say, attend to the word to set ye. Na nipa ensia ne abom kwadu ewra JM so aka kire so kita yi franka keta se hye project oba be kuntia
yes
inti enyina so ben pa na president wontia Dr. Siamo anko timi yi ne fi enum aka mu no ka se onfa di bra mu aduru sei ade ma no don't forget our moka say yem continue attorney general say yem continue case no am already
only prosecutor attorney general was at 2 million.
Look, article
yes,
article 88
yes,
it's clear.
Yes.
But you wa adie hu nyina kwan nyina na yema Dr. Esiama will not only be working with Ghanaians. Okay. The international community, what are they going to think about him? Say fraud. A case of fraud. No one to me and you couldn't purge yourself. You so ben
but did he have to purge himself? Because
we should allow
in criminal jurisprudence, no, attorney general, me baby, attorney general the same boni or the make court. Onya the make court and na embrane shame say men kwana min ko twanye me ho. Sisi ano no a also the make court so onya mfa me court. Why should I go and purge myself?
My LLB. I know.
Yes.
So he's not compelled to even give a reason.
Yes.
Okay. Into catcher say if you tell this to the investors, say there's a case of fraud associated with this man. Now ontimi enko through the mail and say me near sembia. No monsieur onko ko hwe sika so a. Odin say koye. Emma Refi, Attorney General no one appointed no.
The president
appointed Attorney General. So they're the same stock. From where we sit, the president is covering up. He's covering up. Simple.
Or cover Dr. Siama.
Yes. So won't cover up. Okay, I didn't tell nipa enumna Canadian.
Or more that's standard trial.
The president should be able to justify, say, dear, Papa, we now assembly saying, they cannot have any justification. The constitution says that the appointment nomination is done in consultation
with the Council of State.
Yes, there are Supreme Court decided cases. I actually said this thing is something that has to do. Supreme Court, Council of State, say anyhow.
Yes.
You inform me, Council of State. And the president, we have had John chapter 1, John chapter 2, and John chapter 3. And the president is one very experienced. Just all public offices almost all public offices were handling it. And are you telling me that the president couldn't have reverted his mind? Say, we need prior establishment or the formation of Council of State. And say, yes, I appoint them way. They've hit below the belt.
So, Obetimi so appointed pending approval.
No.
In the no pending approval, and he can do it. Inti Obe appointed. No, I can say the Council of State when it's formed would approve nothing.
Well,
you go and do.
Did they?
And the argument has been said once our owners are approval, no. Yes, you can be appointed, but you have to be there until the approval can sign a wako office.
But meanwhile, one can say, no, yes, dream, Katashe, Proye Kankan, a quiet fasuma banks, you guya man crofo jetri, a tall and sumono. What can who be? To the extent that Dr. Sia might be improving otherwise, I believe he was part.
Alleged.
Yes.
For now,
well, it's alleged. It's an allegation. Yes. The allegation. Inti wona also ba be kunketa se shede proye the same Benjamin Tamodi jeje papa Ekufado mo se Ekufado his excellence or your clearing agent where your governor ankasa wo governor of the Bank of Ghana okwakohwe esika nyina so at one breath ye de asema to no ho say sika finansase nkrofo dwetiri afansase obi how does this appear to you? And this man is going to be our governor. What impression does it create to the financial world? The IMF and this matter,
more indicates
yes, we will write formally. The only thing that can make us stop is the president to withdraw. On withdraw, Dr. Siama. No more fun ko jina trial. No more we say no song. Only we'll look at it. Then he goes ahead to do his job. But I'm surprised. I mean, the M1 wanted to say even the president has the boldness to say asama etia papai to krano still may appoint but I'm nominating. It sends a certain signal to
if the Council of State is formed na omo approve papaya mobe.
That is one leg.
Okay, now the other one.
There's another leg where the man has the case of the allegation and the atonosono. Yentimin kam manin wiye. Are they telling me that in the whole of this country, nipa bebrebe war men or let's even limit ourselves to the NDC. NDC for bebrebe, omu nyo bia to be the governor na. Ghana for bebrebe we. Muna muka say all inclusive. Mubabe reset to Ghana. nti niema bia nko ye keta se hye de project koso wo ya ban mu ba besa nyoma nti munya obia than Dr. Esiama asem carry the two. This is a question that the Julie has to come
as
answer.
As it stands now, with the filing of the Nolly Prosecution, Assembly and Turnout.
Well,
charges.
You can make that argument.
Yeah, he's been discharged.
Yes, Obi, you can make that legal argument.
Yes.
And I will not take that legal argument because beyond the legal argument, the man will be going out there. That impression is out there. And we, the minority, raise it. Say, Assam Tareneto. A dainty or filing Nolly Prosecution. Why? Why him alone?
Now, others count.
Yes. And it's all filing Nolly Prosecution for all of them. Because the issues are interrelated. Well, who say papa no keta se share proye no aka so baba ko nya adu obetimi aye. First John, he failed us. Second John is failing. Third John is going to be worse. And we challenge the president, if indeed or are very committed to fighting corruption, he must demonstrate this by saying that I am committed to fighting corruption. Me mpesa ma ban odi afini kan baba kama ban. Go and face the trial. Go and purge yourself. Through the process. Come back and take your position. Otherwise, you should find somebody else in the NDC to give this appointment to him. In a short time, IMF meeting, renegotiation. The governor of the central bank is so critical in the scheme of things. It's so important. I hope somebody will be ready for them.
But do you also think, sir, if really, of course, I know, sir, the wheels of justice they grind it slowly, but eventually it will come to a stop. And yes, Uncle Bibusa said, when the prosecution started, some 4 or 5 years ago, if really they had issues to answer. What has delayed the trial?
No, don't oversimplify issues. Obi, with respect to you, I know you are a very clever person. The fact that you're not Kosovo for this number of years doesn't mean that there are no issues. And it took the AG to enter a Nolly Prosecution, which lies in their right. Fine. But is it appropriate under the circumstance, NIPA 7 and NIPA 6? No, the rest should continue. What does it tell you? It tells you, sir, they want to shield the man. That's why they are doing this. Asama made me any the airby, and he's not going to occupy no mean a position that the Central Bank of Ghana. It's so important. Maybe we should do Polakwa no more time. All the people who have heard that institution. These are people who come across as people of integrity. And integrity is so critical. Handle our mind seeker. Now one can say, you see, only the pakra air daily, your confidence will go down because this issue in other foreign people raised against you. So what is this issue about Nolly Prosecution? Don't let them use it as a small screen. It's just use it as a small screen to dodge the issue and then to protect this man. It's unfortunate. Media, I'm surprised.
And the minority will go to every length to make sure that the right things will be done relative to man we are
and the people should not take it personal. You need to be a personality. We know his caliber, but at this time he's smeared. Yes, I think the rule sabi no maybe don't forget, we will also be working with him as a governor. He will be appearing before public accounts and all that. How are we going to deal with this man who has been allegedly described as a fraudulent person? Mr. Your Excellency, withdraw this, replace him, let him go through the full trial, let him be purged, and of course, if he's purged, why not? You can reinstate him.
My main kind message is Kakana Fe, Memra Meje Anuye, Ekosiisen, so anyway, say Obi, let my senior soldier of Christ know. Now, Annoh, soldier of Christ,
Bishop Herman.
Okay.
Bishop Herman.
Okay. It doesn't know that the next 4 years will be a marathon and not a 100-meter heat for him and his minority. He better slow down lest he runs out of steam. It is early days yet. The NDC and John Mahama will succeed to their utmost disappointment. Ghana would work again after the reset. Holali Agbemava and on the way Abre Holali Agbemava. We say Obi. a very great leader at in your studios this afternoon. Frank has been one of the greatest personalities who has made the Parliament of Ghana very vibrant for us to witness. Kudos to my dear brother Frank Annoh-Dompreh and Dr. Kingsley Ajeman and Nana Kofi Fredua, all of Chebi. Okay. Nipana Amfanidin Ankaho, unfortunately. Obi, good afternoon to you and to your guest. Honorable Annoh-Dompreh is the pillar of Nsawema Duwejiri constituency. The day he ceases to contest the seat, the MPP will lose that seat to the NDC. Obi, the new settlers are more NDC than MPP. Tell him we are strongly behind him. Castro and Nanu Ewa in Sawem. Hi, Obi. I think in every situation, you should have leaders who are cool-headed like Annoh-Dompreh, Mahama Yarega, Patrick Bawumia. If anything is to go bad, hardliners should not be allowed to be chief whips, especially in government. Obi, at this stage, diplomacy, negotiations, cooperation and engagement are the soft skills needed to always win for the government as a whip. I am sure the whips will be guided by the actions that have happened so far. Godi and Odiwe are praying. Obi, good afternoon. Dr. Esiama has been in court for several years. The previous government was not able to prove their case. Ask him when was the last time he monitored this case in court. Okay. Obi, former President Akufo-Addo did appoint Dr. Addison when there was no Council of State members, so he should come clear. Okay. And I'll say, I am Eben from Kwabenya. If the NPP minority really believes Ablakwa owns the airport building, why can't they provide evidence? Because all what Ablakwa says about others, he has evidence to support that. Anyway, help me wish my son, Eben Jr., a happy birthday. Obi, he who wants equity must come with clean hands. From listening to the story of Honorable Annoh-Dompreh, I am very much disappointed and ashamed with the inaction, since he is the one who gave the directives to his side for the unacceptable distraction. Will he be bold and apologize in person to Ghanaians and the Clerk of Parliament publicly on your show? Honorable Annoh-Dompreh and his side have no reason for acting in that manner because there are rules of the House that they must follow, irrespective of what the situation is. Obi, ask him. He is the one who gave the directive for the mess we all saw. Will he own up to pay for the damage caused to government property? Thank you. Paul De Suso. Paul, those are subject of the investigation and the ad hoc committee, share when the Juma are saying. Let's see the report the committee will come up with. We say, okay. Obi, listening to Honorable Annoh-Dompreh, there are inconsistencies with what Annoh-Dompreh is saying. The chair counted most of what he said at the committee today. The chief whip is a politician, so why does he want someone to use the vetting to clear people's name? And to weigh a direct question to you. Now, and what appear before Speaker Committee?
No, we appear. More appear. I think the discussions ongoing. I'm inviting me.
Okay.
And any problem. Obi Okase apology. I've already said, sir. I did see and Obi.
Yes.
I've given you circumstances near my cause, and that is not a justification. I did about common fan count, sir. And they call conclave majority leader and kind. So going forward, and they have to manage the vetting process. Obi, share you don't assembly C and you vetting.
Yes,
it took the police.
Police
had to guide us to our offices. They've taken hostage. It is almost like a DSC or coalition center. They've taken hostage the corridor, baby.
Our parliament.
Yes, a party. It was a very young Crawford. We have nothing against that.
Na sadia de munchemu. Why do you encourage
well,
that?
almost a 10. Almost a 10. That him for percent no, but I want to be because no more be go buses. Na ye konomu diatem. It is terrible. It's very terrible. And you know, I don't have a problem saying is no man ko ye. Some ya be do fear me you catch me say come na we there. Me share but obo ma baso edi kan say run di matem no say hey utimi so wakoma mu pa o. Na me anka make bia kire no. Na me say it's just one of the no see the see and so many anje ho nti we dia aya no ahwe ye kakra. There comes a time in the life of anybody we all make mistakes. But Obi sometimes you know the exam conditions so shahwa near the exam paper 2 anymore the circumstances are different. I'm not justifying it. What we sought to do was just to stop the vetting. Okay, mon microphone, man no man koso, mon table na no man koso.
Did you give those directives as chief whip?
Yeah,
to members say
no, you see, I take instructions from my leader.
Okay.
You see, Bibia me yeah, no, it wasn't out of me, I'm a pet. So me sorry, I keke. And in Parliament, you whip, no, you are the chief security of the caucus. And sabi into the fair forces of darkness. Bibia kosu na whips no. So Bibi kosu na to quite see what and crofobue fu na whip unhu ya. You're not working. It's a take directive. Anything as leader can say he takes responsibility. Well, and you're reflecting who say enya dia na it's not befitting of us. You know, but no my course no to be just yes here 3 why 4 why 5 what's your call line in the pass oh my employee busa mo question do baby obi eya na eni enyan but ye gitu mu say it was not right. We cannot justify it. That was not the reason why in Grofo to Abama said in Parliament and we never want to do this. Obi, do I have a history of fiscals and
not that I know of.
In Tokwesi ye to ye area backbin. There you obi akunya bombe. Akunya ye to akunya bombe. I didn't react. I took it easy. Yera me person me body yera MPs ni bi obi twa akunya fi osla se ma me to fom. No, me kind of yawo. Niema be break so. We kept our cool. Even at extreme points, I want to say ye pian pa we no the intention was not to behave the way I hear, you know. The intention was that okay, mun twitwi table man no man nkoso. Na mun deactivate microphone. Unfortunately it got out of hand.
Yeah, mun tutu cord no.
Me kan me be gina.
Na microphone the cord no.
Cord no na me say mun tutu cord no, mun tutu. Nti mankasa cord me say mun tutu microphones no. So you ube chwe le fia. So what's if you are there? Nti no if the thing was young yakokonto kwa say ka me nkasa mun tutu cord no. Ka me kasa mun bo mo. I couldn't have said that. And it got to a point that it degenerated was when the firm were moving towards our side and a permanently by year on no between on no net and pull us over as a son of at time. It's Ghana from Fanchai but yes sir there was a cost to it. It was a cost to it and we regret it. There's a cost to it. There was a real cost to it.
There was individual MPs involved. Etriaka for what?
Oh,
a destroyer.
Well, say we come under.
Do you think the Annoh-Dompreh brand has been dented by Sadiewe?
Well, we all go through difficulty. I have not been happy. The past 3 days, you know, I've been reflecting, sir.
Especially suspension,
yes, and growing up as a young man, and what my father has sought that we will be able to do and achieve, coming from a very humble background. You know, we are FOPA, I'm twice or ties, KD, fees, and all these. Right? So I come from a very humble background, and I see myself that it's by the grace of God. So I should be the last person to show off. And answer me, baby, be say, but we all go through things. Sometimes, normal way, be in Sia, and can be seen and a chance. Lessons well learned.
Okay.
Lessons well learned in your catch a Ghana for the next time, you know, we won't go fiscal. Yombe ye bia, West scenario, ABI is also microphone. So, microphone, Tama ye way, no, we be. So, we wanted to also prove to them that we can also show you some powers. Tama ye did. The latter days or the 2 nominees by Supreme Court.
Yeah, Supreme Court.
Even at a point of laying papers. The orders are clear. The procedure involved in laying papers. Abuja Timi sorry, if you lay this paper, there will be chaos in this chamber. You see, but you see, obi fum kuma, yeah. So we've accepted the issue, but this minority is not going to take things lightly at all. Obi, we are going to battle. We are putting them on notice. At material time T, if you want to pass anything, assess the relevance of normal mobile person. Vis-a-vis mon samo amwa we are going to match them based on the normal market, especially on corruption. The standard has been set very high. We'll go by their standard. It is also corruption. We avoid corruption and nepotism. And it's a family and friends. Now, who say we have every responsibility.
Now, so far, more be on nepotism.
Well, you go so yeshemu. The minimum said on which you want to why you drew. You know, Mahama, you are going to one. Why you drew pa? The announcement in the bar, there are senior people among Yebi, and there are notable names who are conspicuously missing. There's murmuring. There's murmuring. So we are going to prove to them, say, governance in the end from sir. Musa Nanzia Bawa, lady, make it a popular. It's not easy. No more, no more can say Kufadu clearing agent. Now we'll see who is the proper clearing agent. Who is the proper clearing agent? You hide behind Nole prosecutor and come and say, well, you have the rights. You have the right. I will call the international committee for negotiation and stuff, and you'll be exposed. It means in the weeks, Friday will constitute our committees.
Okay.
Last
committees in Parliament.
Yes, one of the matter we raised.
Must select more members for each committee.
Yes.
The more train majority for the. Kind of saying, they can some one practicalize it 24-hour economy. Committee composition with respect to them, and now I had the more ranking members in
we are ready for battle, solidly ready. Now, Adiaba Kwamede by CSR law. Will come by
CSIR.
And I said corporate social responsibility.
Corporate social. I've heard about it.
Yes, we tried
private members.
Yes, we tried it. It wouldn't work. This time we are bringing it back. Thankfully, I have members on the other side. The FMPO, Reverend Team for Joe who are supporting. Because in other jurisdiction, Obi, you can't get up and just execute corporate social responsibility
projects
where it doesn't feed into a plan of the country. And we should be able to show a blueprint. Say, we are company worth your salt. So it should follow a certain pattern.
Sure.
And so that's the kind of thing I'm thinking. We'll get it done and then we'll move ahead. I have not been happy about this thing. Seriously. Yeah, Obi. My many I was reflected deeply and I'm saying, well, I wish I had a second opportunity. I wouldn't have done. When I got very disappointed, that was when I picked the seat.
The two tables.
The two tables.
Yes.
I never assaulted anybody, but of course that could constitute assault. So the table also friends. You are using the object to assault somebody.
Yeah,
so
when you put people in a state of apprehension,
yes,
offer a table, no. Obi to imagine say, hey,
it's an assault. Yeah, Pagana for Chow, and we have apologized and reservedly through our leader. We are hoping this will not happen again. Ghana from Fanchain, but that was not the real intent. Yeah, and yes, Baba Beguya who finsa.
People thought so when you began making comparisons with the 96 minority, Omono became famous for their wit, for their argument, for the intelligence and all of that. That was what people were expecting. And Ekosiisen, about on the whole, how would you rate minority way?
I think you see, Obi, me how many first timers now, and maybe I have to let this out of the bag. We have a number of our first timers who are going to be deputy rankings.
Oh, okay.
Historic. There are huge potentials. I mean, person will go with because it will not be exhaustive. Will be to say Gideon Boako, solid. Will be to say Asafo J. Will be to say
Asafo J. That should be Bosome Frehon.
Yeah, Bosome Frehon. Will be to say Osa CD. If it's a leader, was Swame.
Oh, okay.
This lawyer.
Yeah. What's the name? Darko.
John
Darko. Sure.
Just it's not exhaustive.
Yeah.
And some of the ladies who share Coco. Who share Coco.
Okay.
Who share they are solid. And the eagerness
to work.
The eagerness to work. I mean, by I want to address it. Most of our press conferences, and we have to give them the opportunity to show up. And I must be candid on the other side. Very good potentials on what the other side. Just like we have solid guys who are going to lead our debate with a lot of intellectual arguments. Just let it go, and then we'll see that we'll find a way to pledge ourselves, but not entering a nolly prosecution.
That's an interesting one. Ekosiisen saying, "Ehaya Sempa 94.7 FM." Few messages and then we call it a day. Honorable Frank Annoh-Dompreh, AD and Komo, or leader, or the minority chief whip in Ghana's parliament. Wesa Obi, tap the shoulder of Honorable Annoh-Dompreh for me. I like his commitment and passion for parliament. Tell him he would assume office as vice president in future. Dada Kwame Nkansa, Achem Asene. Obi, thanks for the probing questions. It doesn't sit well to spend hours vetting one minister and spend less than 10 minutes on another. Ghanaians are not happy at all. Dr. Ernest Annoh-Dompreh, Dr. Barkus, or Huto, Texas, in the US of A. My name is Oyewabusu. I said Dr. Ernest Annoh-Dompreh, or US CCR. Yeah. Where's Obi? Please ask Honorable on the update of Pampaso #1 land, which was on the verge of being taken over by a businessman. Also, my wife was teaching in the town, but I had to work for her to be transferred to Accra due to unrest. Pablo, Montreal in Canada. I don't know which land in question though, but my regards to the indefatigable and hardworking minority chief whip, MP for Nsawam-Adoejuri. He's doing a fantastic job for Mother Ghana, and he is a national asset. Dompreh, I think. Where's the Obi? Ask. Okay, I've dealt with this one already. Thank you. Good evening, Obi. The aftermath of the elections is yet to unfold. The way the NDC handled security in this country didn't go well at all. They have lessened the respect for the uniformed personnel in this country, something that can go against them in the near future. The NDC encouraged its supporters against personnel in uniform the same way they would need to protect their government. What happens when their supporters turn against those in office? Who do they call? Baji Ronald Kobe, Ewa La Paz, Okaikwe North constituency. Obi, I want to take a moment to express my heartfelt appreciation to Honorable Annoh-Dompreh for his tireless effort in representing the people of Nsawam-Adoejuri. His dedication to our constituency is truly inspiring, and I'm grateful for his service. Please, let him know that he has our full support in all his endeavors. This is from Kojo Kuten in Nsawam. Obi, good evening. Please, tell Mr. Annoh-Dompreh to try fix the manhole at the traffic light at Nsawam because it's very serious. He should do that ASAP. Danny Kobe, Ewo Okre constituency. Hello, Obi. I think in every situation you'd have leaders who are cool-headed. You should have, okay, Godi, I've already read this message. Thank you so much. But why did the NPP not probe him in their 8-year stay in power? And I would want to believe so. Dr. Esiama. Obi, Honorable is saying the NDC had intel of those who were going to vote against Ablakwa and George. If they had done secret voting, please ask him. Does he or the MPP, for that matter, know those who voted against Prof. Michael Kwe from becoming Speaker of Parliament, Kojo, in Amasaman? So, no makano on a number of times, the Munim Nkofukro. Nipa mienu etutia president nominee no Munim Nkofukro.
It's a big body answer.
Also, want to be modern.
But we've picked lessons.
Okay.
Pick lessons.
Okay.
Pick lessons. But now, I think your time is fast.
Yes.
On the matter of the traffic, for a long time, it's not quite any traffic.
Yes.
Me and through my engineering, now 2 critical points at Reggie roundabout any that point or kind. Now, there's a lot of water coming from SD Honoma Esupa. Tiana flood ho. Into ye kwakwan mu. Ye storm drain san sunu na kobo den sunum. Ena mana che no. Ti one part afi ye the other part into no na che. Obi, my main ka Ablekumanov just concluding on this matter. You see, and this for about 30 or more seats or movie under 1,000.
As in a difference of under 1,000.
Yes, a difference of under 1,000. Yes.
Okay.
Baby, it's a juasa for her. Don't
be sure.
Back and forth. That's been our tradition.
When
it came on that we've won, we gave it to you. Young prepare home. Bibia chere said Ablekumanov we've won. Bibia chere.
We are sure.
Yes. Obi. When you're not a prosecutor. Bibia chere said we've won. And now. The Paboni for mom hooligans, Aquashishi, ballot boxes in the Nyoma. The template I use war Domi Kwabinya. Results on no money, ye use scan once. Yeah, dear when now we are leading Ablekumanov for ye winning. I catch just 3 polling stations. There was scan copies. Muslim pere. After all these seats, I'm more winning a jam. You see, sad tin, you almost say, ya ban, ya ba. Into Yempeno, Obia wanted to cocoa when you move. Sometimes you are pushed to react.
Many or more constituency organizers didn't come or say what they want to see now. And they say 62 polling stations a car, is in a rerun of the elections.
Oh, well, rerun, no. There is a basis for a rerun, and there are decided cases.
Okay.
Yeah, the legal cases actually say bear rerun and a rerun. We on my tabulating from the majority leader or present a business statement, we raise the matter. Or call back or be prefer so my tabulating in I cut 3 polling stations. And I'm hooligans, the police should just offer protection. I mean, far with the case, so me General Secretary,
Kodia.
Young man who is showing a lot of prospects and leadership. Born ambassador, the national chairman, the cool-headed man, Annoh-Dompreh. Well, media minimum bridge here boy. We shouldn't lose our cool. There are some lessons you bet me from Annoh-Dompreh. In fact, if there is anybody in Annoh-Dompreh area, Hackman, if there are people who are elders in our party, your leadership way, are these 2 people.
Oh, okay.
Apart from the National Executive General Secretary, Annoh-Dompreh, every day, any Hackman, you're a Hackman. And Nopa Ahimachi, every day they take interest in our welfare and success. They be more in Tokwani, they will call us. Munjani say, Munjai at a point we can say, Munjai Mom, you have registered your. These are the people I want to come on radio. I feel process and be born with you. Annoh-Dompreh. And some of the General Secretary, and me be next president.
Okay.
So I know him way back. And I hear Hackman so. The uncle ye be a monfanchain. Now we put ourselves in readiness. Na me share kokos so. We nipa.
But when him say Sisiano, the demand on social media and say nipa enra leak Mike eba our so kase obi a daughter of a medra no. You say Mokokos no should name that person. Agana for you know. Obi ano obi a suspect say you no anaba out a bit deny vehemently saying you no.
Mina mini chamber.
Okay.
So na me was suspension.
Yes.
A general leader suma me say me no more that was working on that.
Asempa FM.
It's unfortunate say BBC PA. But you see okay way you say okay you are justifying it. Me nimni pakro or cancer.
Okay.
I will never support obi so on BBC especially ni panin tiase na o cancer I will remind it when you panic pain. It's most unfortunate but in our orders so obi kasana wan kan good microphone one. It is not captured by the
by the Hansard.
The Hansard doesn't capture it. We will try. Say the person should show remorse. So can be kind of where your side I don't know. Mimi, I can't imagine so people where your side I it came from the public gallery. I don't know. So unfortunate. Annoh-Dompreh, one of the seniors on the other side, Eba Miho. When I catch him says I comment, Anko ye into say betimi ehuni pakona na yeni nipa nkasa then behind the scenes you find a way to deal with it. And I'm saying, opening you share. I mean, in chamber, and it is most unfortunate. It's a BBC.
But is it possible, say, through investigations,
well, if someone caught tape, no more G tape, no. But
we're not moving any panic as a good mic. It will not be from the gallery. It should be from somebody within the plenary.
Well, you say if we are so minded to find the person, we'll be able to find him. But the meaning should say for your side.
Sir,
I'm not sure. I'm not saying that it's not possible.
Okay, but
I'm not sure. Say if for your side. Sometimes, if you will be a custom, maybe you're sorry, no, maybe you're sorry. Say sit down. Those things are there. But to the extent that the department cancer has some no dear, the genie say if your side. As a whip. I know my people well.
From the other side, and so it will be strange for anybody to say that.
It could also come from the gallery.
Gallery and came out, sir.
Well,
have microphones near.
Well, you can make that argument, but me the main gene this if you your side.
Okay.
But sir, if we launch investigation here, who said if you side out? Yes, sir.
You are the caucus whip.
Yes.
Would you take interest in launching an investigation?
Oh,
are we a part of leadership?
Of course.
Of the caucus?
Before I even answer that question, let me say, even on the quiet. I'm doing it. I don't need to say it on radio, but on the quiet, I'm doing it. Sometimes one of the things, it's a whip idea. You're not just interested in the welfare.
Yes.
Normal kitty may not come to the notice of the leader. Yes. Enti must start say me huni pana kwan pa is your faso. Ni etimi trinity na sa de name. You see, these are the little here. As I see Rwanda some time back. Yes, I confirm keke ni asem bi keke. It's a racial comment. Any bibia wo can to a personal attack, no, it can degenerate. Yeah. It can degenerate. Into share now no I will never take personal. So catch him said Dompreh, as my kind, it was more of a personal attack on me. I will apologize. And then I move on. Inti you bet that Ghana for say. Na yedi him say John number 3 there is going to be a failure. First one it was a gangantuan failure. Second one was a mammoth failure. This one is going to be an elephant failure. They should get ready. We have served notice, so they should get ready. We are not going to come fiscal, but we are going to just say, Obi, with a magnifying glass. Be big beyond piano. Kenke, the size of Kenke is still what it is. Even some of the places where Kenke bought, the size never reduce it. And the price of Kenke is what it is. Within a month, want to fool woman 3 times. Ain't it mobile? Some by G and some by some queen. People are saying it's still early days yet. We'll see. We'll see. Agrono, a beswa.
It is a honeymoon.
There be a group of so man.
If you are not,
which one is honeymoon?
Oh, say
now honeymoon
grace period.
Grace, and you are entering nolly prosecutor. If you enter nolly prosecutor, do you actually want a grace period or not? We can't give them a grace period. Ghanaians are in a hurry. The size of Ekufuado's kenke, we expect Mahama's kenke will be twice the size of Ekufuado's kenke. We also expect that Ekufuado's kenke's price, will be half. Mahama's kenke price will be half of Ekufuado. That is what we will say. Someone to me yes, I ever bought my basso.
Not see the names what I'm saying.
See the no
$2.
Now look, yeah, 1-to-1.
Hey,
that was their promise.
Hey, that we 1-to-1. They are not shit.
Charlie, we are holding their feet to the fire. It we are hoping so be and don't forget, almost 60 appointment now, 60 ministers. It's not real. Yeah, Baba be more than entirely. Ubeko office of the vice president. Yes, special assistant. Be we aid who can
ministers.
Yes, I'm saying, sir. So at the end of the day, what are they seeking to do?
Lean government
in the context of reducing the expenditure.
Yes.
So that the expenditure on government will reduce. But if you 10 now they are special assistant, maybe a minister be spending 1 million Ghana cedis, just an example, in a particular ministry. Now converted a common special assistant at the Jubilee House. You have achieved nothing. Church all the names, all the duplicate appointments in Ghana to Ghana for no. And John number 3 no. And we
wish you very, very well. Why? Yeah, that's a part.
Now, we are remorseful.
Yeah.
And personally, me so akasa egumasum se Ghana for enfan chain. And you saying na adwene mu pokasie etre. but unfortunately in abasa yasum ikita koto kita srewa esre so Ghana phone function should give us a second time for us to show that indeed we can be very responsible as a minority and the lessons are well learned.
Thank you so much. The Honorable Frank Annoh-Dompreh, Minority Chief Whip MP in Sawem Adwejiri and Amotene Kanamuntie we meba will wrap up na yasori Ekosiisen, so stay with us.